Have you ever caught yourself looking at someone your age, or even younger, and thinking, why did they make it and I didn't? Maybe you see that friend who has prospered financially, bought a house, travels every year, and runs businesses that seem to grow effortlessly. And even if you try not to show it, you feel that tightness in your chest, as if their success were a mirror reflecting everything you haven't achieved yet. I know. You work hard, you're dedicated, you keep trying to reorganize your life, but deep down, it feels like time has worked against you. At 40 or 50, the pressure doubles. You have to pay the bills, care for the kids, meet expectations, and still carry the weight of believing you're behind. You look back and think, where did I go wrong? And when you see someone doing well, the thought comes almost automatically, is it still possible for me? But the truth is, comparing yourself is like running a marathon while staring at the runner beside you. You might be doing fine, but you stumble because you've taken your eyes off your own path. Comparison is one of the most subtle forms of self-sabotage, and the most dangerous part is that it seems harmless. After all, who hasn't compared themselves to someone else? Psychology calls this upward social comparison, when we look at those above us and measure our own worth based on someone else's success. And do you know what that does to your brain? It activates the same regions associated with physical pain. Yes, comparing yourself actually hurts, literally. It's as if every victory the other person has poked an invisible wound inside you, and that wound causes 3 deep consequences. First, emotional paralysis. You start to believe you'll never get there, and without realizing it, you stop trying. Second, loss of identity. You shape your choices to look good in the eyes of others instead of feeling at peace with yourself. And third, unconscious scarcity. The belief that success is limited, that if someone else wins, there's less left for you. But success isn't a line. There isn't a limited supply of prosperity in the universe. There is, however, a frequency of abundance after 40, and the more you align with it, the more opportunities appear. Because prosperity isn't about chasing, it's about aligning with your own rhythm. Here's what neuroscience shows. In midlife, the brain goes through a process called identity integration. It's the stage where we seek coherence between who we are and what we do. We no longer want just money, we want meaning. We no longer want just to work, we want to leave a legacy. This is the perfect moment for a prosperity plan for those in their 40s, a plan built on awareness, purpose, and clarity. And it was exactly this kind of awareness that transformed the lives of so many people who only found prosperity after 40. Want some proof? Reid Hoffman, for example, created LinkedIn only after turning 40. Before that, he had accumulated experiences, mistakes, and frustrations in other ventures. But it was precisely that baggage, that so-called delay, that gave him the maturity to create a professional network that now connects the entire world. His story is living proof that time can be an ally, not an enemy. Martha Stewart also founded her media and lifestyle company at 41. Before that, she was a housewife, decorator, event planner, and cook. Nothing seemed to suggest she would become the first billionaire in the home entertainment industry. But it was her life experience, not a rushed youth, that built the empire she created with purpose and grace. And Robert Noyce, co-founder of Intel, began his technological revolution at 41. While many people his age were seeking stability, he decided to start something new, and ended up paving the way for the microchip era, changing the course of global technology. These stories reveal something powerful. What seems like a delay in the eyes of the world is often the time needed to align maturity, experience, and purpose. Prosperity after 40 is born right at this intersection, between what you've already lived and what you can still create. At 20, strength lies in impulse. At 40, it lies in wisdom. And wisdom is the kind of strength that time doesn't destroy. it refines. When you stop measuring success with someone else's ruler, you start to realize there's more than one way to win. For some, success means having millions in the bank. For others, it's having peace, freedom, and time to truly live well. The problem is that when you compare yourself, you lose your inner compass and start chasing something that was never meant to be yours. Comparison is the thief of clarity. And without clarity, there's no such thing as a mature financial life. You might even earn more money, but you'll keep feeling indebted to something invisible, an ideal that never arrives. And do you know why? Because the ruler is wrong. True success is what fits your soul, not what fits in someone else's bank account. When you understand that, financial independence in maturity stops being a race for status and becomes a journey of consciousness. You begin to focus on what truly matters: security, freedom, well-being, and purpose. Positive psychology shows that gratitude is the most powerful antidote to comparison. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters of happiness. That shift changes your emotional frequency and connects you to the flow of abundance after 40. In other words, prosperity begins within. When the heart enters a state of gratitude, the mind enters a state of creation. And here's a spiritual secret that few people realize. Life never delayed you. It prepared you. Every mistake, every loss, every curve along the way was a lesson designed to make you mature enough to sustain the success that's coming. The truth is, success that arrives before maturity often fades. But when it comes after, it lasts. So if you feel behind, take a deep breath. Maybe you're simply in the perfect moment for harvest. The planting season was long, I know, but now it's time to reap with awareness. You have what many younger people still don't: emotional experience, analytical ability, and discernment. And that is worth gold. Wealth and maturity isn't measured in numbers, it's measured in wisdom. In knowing what's truly worth keeping, what deserves to stay, and what it's time to let go of. Building wealth after 40 is no longer about having everything. It's about having what truly matters: freedom, peace, time, and purpose. And that's the foundation of financial growth after 40. Growth that's solid, sustainable, and aligned with your truth. From this day on, every time you catch yourself comparing, remember this: you're not behind, you're awakening. And awakening always happens at the right time. Stop using someone else's ruler. Use the ruler of your own consciousness. And if someone asks where you're trying to go, answer calmly: to my best version. Because prospering after 40 is exactly that. Freeing yourself from external expectations, honoring your own story, and creating a path where success and peace can coexist. Starting over isn't going backward, it's evolving with awareness. And those who choose to prosper in maturity discover something the impatient never understood. Life doesn't reward those who run the fastest. It rewards those who learn to run at their own pace. This was just the beginning. In the link below, in the first pinned comment, you'll find something to speed up your growth even more. Did you find this content useful? Then like the video, comment, share it with more people, and subscribe with the notifications on.